Elliot needed an apartment, and fast. His tiny room above the bakery had become unbearable, filled with the constant smell of burnt sugar and rising dough. He scoured listings, each one more depressing than the last. Just as he was about to give up hope, he found it, a spacious one-bedroom in a quiet neighborhood. The price was unbelievably low. He dialed the number, his fingers trembling with anticipation. The landlord, a stooped old man with a face like a withered apple, met him at the building entrance. "It's a special apartment," the landlord rasped, his voice like dry leaves skittering across pavement. Quiet tenant needed. Elliot, desperate for a decent place, brushed aside the odd greeting. The apartment itself was charming, with high ceilings and large windows, but a long hallway, ending in a closed door, caught Elliot's attention. "What's in there?" he asked, his voice echoing slightly in the stillness. The landlord's eyes narrowed. "That room," he said, his voice a low hiss, "is off limits. You are not to enter, ever." Elliot tried to dismiss the landlord's words, but the image of the closed door lingered in his mind. He unpacked his belongings, his unease growing with each box. The apartment, so charming at first glance, now felt oppressive. The silence, broken only by the occasional creak of the old building, was unnerving. Days turned into weeks, and the forbidden room became an obsession. What was in there? Why all the secrecy? He found himself pacing in front of the door, drawn to its mystery. One evening, unable to resist the pull any longer, he reached for the doorknob. He hesitated, a chill running down his spine. He could turn back, pretend he hadn't been about to break his landlord's only rule, but curiosity, a relentless beast, had him firmly in its grip. With a deep breath, he opened the door. The room was pitch black. Elliot fumbled for a light switch, his heart pounding in his chest. He found a switch, but the bulb was burnt out, plunging him into darkness. He took a tentative step forward, the floorboards groaning beneath his weight. He felt along the wall, searching for another light source, his unease growing with every passing second. The air was thick and heavy, filled with the scent of dust and something else, something faintly metallic and unpleasant. He stumbled over something soft and yielding. He recoiled, his pulse quickening. Suddenly he heard a noise, a soft scratching sound, like claws on wood coming from the far end of the room. Elliot froze, his blood turning to ice. He wanted to run, to escape the suffocating darkness and the unseen presence that lurked within it, but his legs felt like lead. He backed away, bumping into something hard and cold. He spun around, his hand frantically searching for the doorknob, but it was gone. Panic surged through him, cold and sharp, as he realized the horrifying truth. He was trapped. The scratching sound grew louder, closer. Something brushed against his leg, sending a jolt of terror through his body. He kicked out, his foot connecting with something solid. A low growl echoed through the room, sending shivers down his spine. He was surrounded. Whatever lurked in the darkness with him was toying with him, herding him further into the room. Elliot's breath came in ragged gasps, his chest constricting with fear. He cried out, his voice hoarse and desperate, but there was no answer, only the sound of his own terror echoing in the darkness.